Welcome to Cracking Hunters, everybody. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
We're continuing our discussion on video game to movie translations.
I figured we can start this one off with some of the less known video game movies. Like, I'll go ahead because Carolina over here didn't even realize that they made a movie off the first Far Cry.
Yeah, I did not. I did not realize. I didn't know that Video Game warranted a movie.
Yeah, the first game on Far Cry was actually pretty fun, but it was real linear. And then when they went to Far Cry 2, that's when they made it open world.
Open world, yeah. Mine's third.
The third movie, that was definitely the best one.
Third game.
The third game. That's what I said. The third
movie.
Far Cry. Oh, I'm sorry. The third Far Cry 3 is definitely the best. But they made the movie off of the first game, which is called Predator, Far Cry Predator, I think, and it was based off of a character named Jack Carver. Now, the character that they got to play him in the movie was the same dude who played in Inglourious Bastards. He played Hugo Stiglitz, the Armenian guy. Stiglitz. Anyway, he was the guy who played him, which, I mean, it's not a bad character choice. No. But the thing is the movie was straight to DVD.
Which that is a warning sign right there.
Right. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. 90% of the time, it's not good. And I'm going to have to go ahead and say it. It's not a good movie.
I'd imagine.
They did it to where it followed the game almost perfect. But the problem is that it really wasn't that good.
And that goes to go back to what we're saying. Some video games just won't
doesn't translate well.
Yeah. Like most first-person shooters, I don't think would translate well. There's a few that will, but there's a lot of them just will not translate. They'll try hamstring that shit just push it in there. And some video games just will not work as a movie.
Well, the first Far Cry game was a lot different than 2, 3, 4,
right,
5.
Right.
You know, you actually got injected with like some kind of serum that gave you ultimate animal instincts. Like, you could see all that shit. You know how, like, in the newer games where you inject a needle or a syringe and it gives you, like, a hunter's instinct or something like that? See, your character got that from, like, the start. Not only that, you got to dual wield, which is basically one of the biggest things about the first-person shooters back then anyway.
Right.
Dual wielding.
Yep.
But really, it just was not a very good translation into the cinematic world because it's just too far out there.
Which says something right there.
Right, it's just way too out there. And honestly, I mean, it's really nothing to... I wouldn't even waste your time watching it because it's not really worth it.
I can imagine.
And then they made Dead or Alive.
Oh my goodness, that movie was so fucking bad. This movie was... The martial arts were horrible. And let's be real, the only thing that everybody loves, like the commercial, I remember the commercial where it talks about them Dead or Alive. She kicks high. So I'm like...
It's like, come on, man.
Dude,
and Jamie Presley isn't even a martial artist. So why the hell are you going to have her as the actor?
That movie was so bad.
Robin Shou was even in that movie. The dude who played Liu Kang.
Yeah.
He was in it.
It doesn't make it any better.
Grungy fucking pirate. They didn't... No, it wasn't Robin Shou. It was Jason Lee. The dude who played Bruce Lee in Dragon.
Oh, okay.
The Legend of Bruce Lee.
I've forgotten as much about that movie as I possibly can.
Yeah.
You know, some movies you just want to see it to see how good they'll do and see if they'll do a good job.
Well, the game's
was not one of them.
The game's not even really that.
It's really not. Honestly, it's
a Tekken ripoff.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody could admit it. It is. It's kind of a Tekken ripoff. Plus, all the bouncing boobs.
Yeah, that's really the only thing you really watch for. There's a reason why they made that Dead or Alive swimsuit game or something like that. Like, come on, dudes. Like,
it was Dead or Alive volleyball.
No, that's what it was. Yeah, volleyball. Like,
and you're like, really?
No.
Come on.
Like, man, I know video games. Like, a lot of dudes play video games, and we like seeing boobs. But to make a video game with nothing but boobs and swimsuits.
Fighting game like that?
It's like, who greenlit this, man? Like, come on.
I don't know, but
try harder.
For some reason, I mean, they've made fucking 7 of them.
It was like, ugh.
6 or 7 of the Dead or Alives. And that was the whole point. It was just watching these chicks beat the shit out of each other with their boobs bouncing.
And short skirts.
And a short kimono.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She kicks high.
Well,
but yeah, man, I just, ugh.
Well, I mean, you can go to the other one.
Oh, Super Mario Brothers. That's another horrible one.
Well, I was going to say Tekken. I didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
The best part about Tekken, I think, is Eddie.
Well, yeah.
The movie
Right.
itself. Is because that is the #1 capoeira fighter, I think, on the planet. And they got him to play Eddie.
Problem is, he's not a very good actor.
Well, that is true.
I mean, that's
But
just be real here.
we can say that with any of the major.
And by the way, I was just scratching my nose, not picking it. That's just he didn't see it, but yeah, y'all did. I was just scratching my nose.
But anyway, I mean, you can say most of those martial artists really aren't good actors.
Right.
I mean, you look at like some of the top martial artists in the world, like Iko Uwais, or hell, even Bruce Lee. He wasn't even really that good of an actor.
Well, I think he was. He was good.
But the
Big
thing
Boss was. I mean, Big Boss was amazing.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's even in Enter the Dragon. Like he was one of the few that was a good martial artist being an actor.
Yeah.
He's one of the few.
Okay, I think maybe the only one.
No. There's other ones. Blade. I mean, Wesley Snipes. He's a martial artist. Michael Jai White is
Statham.
He's not really. I don't think he's a good actor.
I think his best movies are ones where he don't fight, like Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
He's not a good actor to me.
But
anyways,
those movies are good.
Yes, but let's see what's it on because I got my list right here of shitty movies. But let's see.
Mainly shitty movies.
Oh, we forgot one that was actually pretty decent, and that was Rampage.
I didn't forget about it. I really enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it too.
Yeah.
For the video game that they based it off of, which had no big story or anything like that, just monsters fighting. I think they did a good job with it.
And they even featured the arcade game in the movie.
Right, and who doesn't like The Rock? The Rock, man, is just, even if the movie is a complete piece of shit, The Rock still is usually entertaining in it. Hey, I like The Rock, man. I'm sorry, not The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Well, you can say that for as much as you want, but he went from the worst video game movie ever made to one of the best. And
that's really not saying much because Rampage being one of the best,
it's still only got like a 50.
Yeah, it's still not that good.
It's considered rating, like critic-wise, say it's one of the best ones.
Yeah, well, but even they realize it's still, in their opinion, it's still not that good, but it's still one of the best ones. I think sometimes the disconnect between critics and the audience really shows because I thought Rampage was, like, it wasn't nothing special, but it still was a decent movie.
Right, but I mean, we all know that they did take some liberties. Like
yeah. Well, you had to.
Turning George into an albino.
Right.
I wasn't really a big fan of that, but still, I guess you had to have something different about him.
Right.
And then Ralph.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to see him at least throw up once. But, oh well.
Yeah, oh well. Like I said, it was a decent movie for what it was.
Monster flick.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought they did a good job with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing spectacular, but it was a good popcorn flick.
And it was funny when it had to be.
And right. Some of the jokes didn't stick well. Some of them did. It was decent.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't nothing spectacular, but it wasn't a bad movie by any means. Let's see, what's another one? I'm looking over here at my list.
You want to talk about Max Payne?
Ugh. Like that, I'm a big Max Payne fan, especially the games. That movie was a complete piece of shit.
That's what I heard. I've played,
you've never seen it?
I've seen the movie.
You never played the game.
I've only played the first one.
Oh, the games are good. I actually really like them. Like they're really good.
I loved his health was pills.
Right, yeah.
Take some pills.
And I think like that was one of the first video games to really use bullet time too.
Yeah.
So I mean, Mark Wahlberg, listen to me well. Like, we like you. We really do. Like, you're a cool guy. You seem like a cool guy. You seem like you'd be somebody that we would really like to hang out with. Pick and choose your movies better, because that was not one of your best choices, because that movie was a complete piece of shit. I'm sorry you were part of it, but you were a part of it, so you were part of a piece of shit movie, and it was.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, even just in movies in general, it's just not a really well written one.
No,
they
right.
tried to make it too comic booky,
Right. And
it's not even.
it's not a comic book.
Yeah,
it's
a video game. But I mean, the whole thing with like the Valkyries and stuff like that, or the pills that like change, like make you stronger or something like that.
It's horrible. Let's just be real. It's a piece of garbage.
It's not really it's not even really a good movie.
It's not, and that's a fact.
The idea behind the movie wasn't even good because it completely like
disregarded
the whole video game.
Yeah, disregarded. It's like this good story. Nah.
Yeah, what we're gonna do?
It's like
what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the characters' names,
right,
and just do whatever the fuck we want with
and that's what happened, and it was a piece of shit. I'm saying, let's see, what's another one? We already talked about. Did we talk about Blood Rain?
No, we have not.
Cold Blood Rain.
That's another straight to DVD.
Uwe Boll, this is for you. You can gift wrap it. You can look at it all you want. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it, but this is for you. You are one of the worst directors ever. Like Uwe Boll is one of the worst directors that ever touched the face of this earth.
I don't know, man. I would give that honor to fucking Joel Schumacher.
No, Joel Schumacher still made some decent movies. I challenge anyone right now who's watching this video to name me one good Uwe Boll movie. Just one. And I'll eat some crow. Huh?
What else did he direct?
There's quite a few. I don't know
all of them. Are they all straight to DVDs?
Okay. Not all of them. No, not all of them. But some of them were. He made that. It was some. What was it?
Anyway.
How did you like the Warcraft movie?
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't like it, or you didn't watch it?
I thought that they took an actor that should have been. His name is Travis Fimmel, and they kind of wasted him.
They wasted a lot of potential in that movie.
You know,
like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that good. Like the CGI was decent in it. I do like that. Like, the CGI was decent in it.
I don't really like the game.
I like Warcraft 2. I don't like World of Warcraft. I like Warcraft 2.
I'm not a big fan of like the whole
RTS type thing.
Yeah. Well, not just that. I'm just, that's why I'm like not a fan of like Lord of the Rings. I can admit that Lord of the Rings is a great franchise, a great movie.
Okay, you were losing me there. I was like,
I can admit that. I know that it's the truth, and they're well directed, they're well made.
That is the truth.
But it's just not.
It's not your type of movie.
It's not my thing. I'm not big into dragons, fantasy, and orcs, and shit like that.
Hey, that's understandable. Like Game of Thrones, I know that's not for everybody because of the fantasy material. It's amazing, but it's not for everybody.
I'm just not into that.
Right. And hey, see, at least you can admit that it's a good movie. It's just not for you.
Right. In the same way with like Warcraft, you look at it, so much fantasy is written into that, and it's really just they wasted Travis Fimmel. I think they did. I think they wasted him with that.
Well, they wasted a lot of potential. Like it was like, and again, Warcraft was not a horrible movie by any means. Right. It was decent. It wasn't as good as something that has spent decades building up the lore and story and everything like Warcraft has. It just wasn't that good. That's really it. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't very good.
They had a basis for a great movie.
And that's one of the things that really kills me with video game movies is they almost have the entire script and everything right there. Like, it's okay to pick and choose. Okay, let's take out this because it won't work on screen, but let's do this. It's like a lot of times they just, like you said, just take the names of the characters and all this. Let's put shit down. That's exactly what it seems like.
Okay, now let's talk about another one. I think I'm ready for it now. Let's talk about Mario.
Oh my goodness.
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh my goodness. There's some directors and studios that need to be taken out back and given 10 lashes for the movies they made. Yeah, so, that's one of them.
Yeah, and you have you've got perfect cast, right? You have Bob Hoskins playing Mario, and you have John Leguizamo playing Luigi Mario.
And then we had
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper as Koopa, King Koopa.
That right there is a mistake. Dennis Hopper was a good actor.
Well, he still is. Well,
he's dead now.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's been dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he's been dead. But he was a good actor for those B movies. But when it comes down to Mario, you kind of need a dinosaur snapping turtle rather than a guy. You know?
Oh, did you? And plus, the big guys.
Goombas?
Yes, the big guys with the small heads.
Which is the exact opposite, that was in the game. You had a little body with a big old mouth.
Oh my goodness, man! Like,
And
that's why I love the '80s, man. Just even like it's.
I don't even think
I
that
don't know
was
what to
even
say.
some of the worst parts about the movie. You got another part where it's not even Princess Peach, it's Princess Daisy.
It's like
It's not even part of Mario.
Right, it's
Not
like-
even part of Super Mario Brothers. What the hell?
I swear, some movies you just think about, you watch it, man. You just sit there and hang
And
your head and laugh. Like I can't believe I watched that.
The Bob-ombs were little toys.
Right. Oh my goodness, that movie was so
man.
bad.
Then you got the two guys that work for Koopa, King Koopa. I don't even remember their names.
Me neither, because
They were
oh
awful.
man, I forget. So I've forgotten so much about that movie, man, because it was a complete waste of time.
And then the jump boots. Come on, man. That was like one of Mario's main things. He should have been able to that should have been a bigger part of it instead of just using them once.
And that's actually a good point as far as why certain movies will not translate well to the screen.
Yeah.
There's really no good way to translate Mario to movies. Like you're talking about an Italian plumber created by Japanese, traveling in tunnels, stepping on turtles, Goombas, hitting blocks with his head. Like,
No,
tell
no,
me a good way to put that to big screen.
He punched him. He didn't hit him with his head. He punched him.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, when he jumps, his hand is up.
Even so, it's really no good way to translate that game to movie.
And the mystery boxes, the whole
Oh man,
the coins. None of that translated
Not
at
at
all.
all.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
I mean, it's a great video game. They're really forerunners of the platforming universe.
Oh yeah, like the Super Mario Brothers is, I think, the true godfather of all video games. Like
Right.
I know Atari and all those other ones came before him, but those were
They're not going to be better than Mario.
no, and I think for me Mario is not the originator, but the godfather. He's the one that really showed what's capable in a platform.
And he's still going.
Yeah, exactly.
Strong.
Still going strong.
Still going strong from 1985. I mean, I think it was like 82 when Donkey Kong came out.
I think so,
whatever.
yeah.
It was like, and he was just called Jumpman back then.
Right.
But then they came out with Super Mario Brothers, and it was just like one of the greatest games you could ever
Oh
imagine.
yeah, because I'm gonna
mean-
tell you right now that he has one of the greatest games of all time in Super Mario 3. That's easily top 10 games of all
Actually,
time.
I think Game Informer listed it as number one
I
on
would-
the top
I wouldn't-
300.
no.
No, dude, I'm telling you.
No, I'm just saying for me personally, I have several other video games I think that are better than that one.
Yeah.
And I understand that the reason why they probably put it as number one because he was kind of the originator of really good, like decent graphics, decent controls, and just the creativity it went into making his levels and everything like that.
Not just that, I honestly think it's one of the starts to the open world.
That really wasn't open.
I know,
world.
but you could go through. You didn't have to go to level.
Oh, that's
2.
true. Yeah, you can
could
find a secret. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you could go to level 3 and skip 2.
Right.
Like you didn't
Are we
have to
talking
play.
about first Super Mario Brothers?
3.
Right? No, 3. The 3 ain't the first one to do that shit. You're talking about like the map and everything.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying now.
It was almost like the forerunner.
No,
and-
Zelda would be.
Oh well, I guess
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
Zelda would be.
I guess that's true. Well, we're lucky they haven't made that into a movie yet.
Oh, shh. Don't encourage that shit.
Well,
But,
I don't know if that one would fit. What else do we got?
I think we're talking about all the ones we got, but I want to ask you a question. What video game would you actually want to see made to a movie, and who would you have, direct it, produce it, and things like that? Because we were talking about this the other day.
Yeah, we were. And personally, I think if I wanted to see a movie or a video game put on the big screen, course, it's going to have to be rated R. It would be BioShock.
That's a good one.
You and me, we were talking.
Yeah, we were talking about. I think that's one of the ones I want to see. My
Yeah.
one I want to see because we were talking about this the other day.
Now that I think is my number one favorite game of all time. I mean, hell, I got the chains tattooed on me like Jack.
I'm not gonna go that far, but it's top 10 for me.
Oh, it's my number one. I don't know the story.
BioShock
the gameplay,
Infinite would be for me.
All that is, I think, is perfect. I love the game. I mean, there's no way you could not like it.
No, I agree.
Now,
Except for 2. 2's garbage.
I
Two's garbage.
I don't say that. I wouldn't say that.
would.
My son loves it, and I love the game too.
But hey,
anyway,
that's fair enough. But anyways, yeah.
Anyway, if I wanted to see that, I would have Peter Jackson direct it.
Yep.
I would have
Benicio
del Toro.
No,
Benicio del Toro.
it's not Benicio. It's,
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro.
Do the creature effect and the makeup, and I would have Neil Blomkamp do the CGI and all that.
I'm gonna tell you right now because we discussed this for about 10 to 15, a good while when we were at work. Let me tell you something right now. You get those 3 elements together, that would be one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I think it would be. And not even just video game movies, one of the greatest movies of all time.
With just those three main people right there.
Now, what the question is, would you want which BioShock would you want them to do?
The original.
The original one.
The first BioShock. I want to see Jack. I want to see him crash that fucking plane and find the lighthouse.
Right.
I want all of that. Not only that, I would love to see David. You mentioned this, and I could not agree with you more. David Tennant playing Atlas.
Yes.
And Frank Fontaine.
I think he'd be the perfect person to play that.
I think you're absolutely right. I honestly think you're the best. That is one of the better actors that could play that kind of character.
And the reason why, when we were talking about this, the reason why I said David Tennant is because he's good at playing an asshole, but making you feel some kind of sympathy for him, like Kilgrave and Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Like, he's a complete fucking asshole in that. But he does make you feel a little sympathy for him when you understand what he all went through.
Not only that, I think he could pull off the actual con man.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Because, I mean, that's what Frank Fontaine was.
Yep.
He made up Atlas just to bring Andrew Ryan down. And, you know, if Vincent Price was still alive, he'd have been a perfect Andrew Ryan.
Miss that dude.
Perfect. Oh, I know.
I have him tattooed on my chest.
I know.
This Godfather of horror.
He would have been a perfect Andrew Ryan. Because, I mean, he's even got that look and everything.
Right.
You know, and honestly, you can kind of, we were talking about, you can kind of pick anybody to play Jack.
Yeah, because you don't see his face. So that's debatable. You can pretty pick anyone with some good acting chops to play him.
Yeah.
And because, to be honest with you, there's really there's a few other main characters here and there.
Dr. Tannenbaum.
Right. But the 2 main you really got to get right is Jack and Atlas, yes. And
yeah. And Ryan.
Right, Andrew Ryan, yeah. For me, like I said, that's what we were talking about before. That would be my number one, and everything he just mentioned is what we were talking about, and what I would agree with. Like you get that talent to make that movie, and if the studios just say, all right, fuck it, we're not going to bother you. We're going to let you do what you want to do. Here's the money. Make us a good movie. I'm gonna tell you right now, that would be one of the greatest movies ever made.
That would be, and you know,
easily the best video game movie ever made.
And you know, they've done some webisodes, not like big major studios, but like fan-made webisodes of Life in Rapture.
You know, that's what fucking pisses me off too. How do fans with a couple thousand bucks make better video game movies or webisodes? It's ridiculous.
Fuck, look at Dead End. Look at Batman Dead End, dude. Look how fucking popular that is. That was all fan-made.
Right. I'm like...
That had Batman, Predator, Aliens, and the Joker.
I'm like, dude, like you mean tell me these studios can't be more creative with the amount of money they're given than a fan who just took a few $1,000 to make this fan, if that much?
I know, and you know, it's almost sinister how bad that is.
Right.
Like, you know, we're better... You know, the fans are better than you. You know?
That's why sometimes I wish they would go out and see some of these videos and like, damn, he did a good job. Let's get him to do this movie.
Yeah, it's like
let's give him a chance.
Yeah, whoever the fuck greenlighted Dragon Ball Evolution, you fucking cocksucker. You know, why? You've got these fans called K&K Productions that have done it with donations. And it's still fucking better than what you did. Come on.
Hollywood, you should feel ashamed right now.
You should.
Shame on you. Shame. Shame.
You take one of the greatest fucking animes ever made and you make it into a garbage piece of shit live action.
But anyways, yeah.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, way to end it on a bad note.
Yeah, right. I swear. But everybody, all right. So in the comment section, what we want y'all to do, we want you to name your favorite video game movie and why, and the worst video game movie you've ever seen. And this is this is a lot. I also want to know if you had the chance to make your horror video game movie, who would you have direct it? Who would you have produce it? And who would you have do the special effects? So that's a lot of information. I want to see some long comments. I want to know what y'all think, man, because I'm curious to see what y'all think.
I am too.
I want to see who. Oh man, I know. I want to see who comes. I want to see who has the best idea for the video game movie with their
Oh, I know. Y'all have to have some.
Oh yeah, you got to have some.
To.
Yes. So everybody, thank you for joining us on this part 2 of our video game discussion. We enjoyed doing this, man. This is pretty fun.
Yeah.
We haven't done the shooting shit in a while, so this is a good one to do, man. But we thank y'all for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get notified of our future videos. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
We'll see y'all next time on Kraken Hunters. Peace.